My hand brushed Eli's as I passed him the salt one evening in the kitchen. Just fingers grazing fingers, nothing more. But the air between us thickened instantly, like the moment before a storm breaks. We both froze for a heartbeat, eyes meeting, neither pulling away right away. His skin was warm. Mine tingled where we'd touched. I laughed it off, said something silly about clumsy hands, but inside my chest something shifted, something quiet, something dangerous. That small contact stayed with me all night. My name doesn't matter. What matters is how invisible I had become in my own marriage. David and I had been together for years, long enough for love to cool into routine. He worked late, travelled often, came home tired. When he was here, his mind was elsewhere, on his phone, his laptop, the next meeting. I talked to walls more than I talked to him. He nodded, said the right words, but they felt empty. I stopped expecting warmth. I stopped expecting to be seen. Eli was different. David's son from his first marriage. His mother passed when he was 13. Cancer took her fast. When I married David, Eli was quiet, guarded, always holding his backpack like armor. Now he was 18, taller than his father, voice deeper, but still soft-spoken, still watchful. We shared the house in silence a lot. David gone, dinners just the two of us. Small talk about school, movies, the weather. But underneath something hummed. His eyes would linger, not staring, just staying. Soft, curious, sad sometimes. Like he saw pieces of me no one else bothered to notice. Then came the rainy afternoon. The storm had rolled in heavy grey clouds, pressing low, rain tapping the windows like it wanted inside. David was away again. Another trip, another rushed kiss goodbye. The house felt too big, too empty. I wandered upstairs, restless. I told myself I just needed a moment alone. I sat on the bed, the door clicking softly behind me. Or maybe it didn't latch. Maybe I didn't check. My hands moved on their own. Not for show, not dramatic, just quiet need. Years of feeling untouched, unseen, had built up inside me. I closed my eyes and let myself feel something. Anything. My breath quickened. My skin warmed under my own fingers. For once, I wasn't invisible. Then I sensed it. A presence. I opened my eyes slowly. Eli stood in the doorway. Frozen. Eyes wide, not horrified. Something else. Confusion. Curiosity. A flicker of heat. He didn't speak. Didn't run. Just watched for those endless seconds. My heart slammed against my ribs. I couldn't move, couldn't cover up fast enough. Shame burned through me, but beneath it, God help me, something else stirred. Being seen. Truly seen. Even in my most private moment. He turned quietly and left. No slam. No words. Just the soft sound of his footsteps fading down the hall. I stayed there, shaking. Part of me wanted to disappear. Another part, smaller, secret, felt alive. Awake. Like a light had switched on after years in the dark. After that, everything changed without changing at all. I avoided him for days, hid in rooms when I heard him coming. But Eli didn't hide. He started showing up more, offering to help in the garden, chop vegetables, fold laundry, innocent things. But he stood closer now. Our arms brushed when we passed in the hallway. His laugh came easier when I made a joke. One morning, I caught the faint trace of my perfume on him. Not strong, just enough to know he'd been near my things. My diffuser in the hall, maybe. Or maybe not. I told myself it was nothing, but I started noticing him more, too. The way his jaw tightened when he concentrated. The way his hands moved. Careful. Gentle. The way his eyes found mine across the room and held. One day I found his sketchbook open on his desk. My face stared back at me from the page. Not a quick doodle, detailed, soft. My hair tucked behind my ear the way I do when I'm reading, my eyes thoughtful. He had drawn me like I mattered, like I was beautiful. I confronted him that evening, voice steady, but heart racing. Why did you draw this? He flushed, looked down. I didn't mean anything by it. I just sketch. You're easy to draw. His voice cracked a little. He left the room quickly. That night I couldn't sleep. David's back was turned to me in bed, snoring softly. My mind kept going back to the sketch, to the doorway, to the way Eli looked at me. I started wearing softer clothes around the house. Thin straps, loose blouses that slipped off one shoulder sometimes. I told myself it was for comfort. But I knew better. I lingered in the kitchen longer when he came in, laughed more, waited for our paths to cross. Dreams came too. Not every night, but enough. Dreams where his hand found mine, where silence turned into whispers, where closeness felt safe and right. I'd wake up breathless, guilty, aching. I hated myself for it. But I couldn't stop. The tension grew like vines, slow, wrapping tighter. Accidental touches became less accidental. A hand on my arm when he passed something, fingers brushing my waist when we reached for the same dish. Each one sent sparks through me. Each one made the house feel smaller. One stormy night, David was gone again. Rain pounded the roof, wind rattling windows. Eli came into the kitchen where I stood staring at nothing, mug forgotten in my hands. He stopped a few steps away. I think I should move out, he said quietly. My heart dropped. No, I whispered before I could think. Please don't. He looked at me, eyes tired, serious. It's not right. Being here. Feeling this. I stepped closer, not thinking, just feeling. Don't leave, I said again. He didn't move back. We stood there, inches apart, rain drumming outside. I reached out, slowly, and touched his arm. He exhaled shakily. Then he stepped into me. We hugged. Not a quick family hug, a real one. My arms around his waist, his around my shoulders, my cheek against his chest. I could feel his heart racing, fast, like mine. His hands settled on my lower back, warm through my thin shirt. We fit too well, too easily. I tried to pull away. He didn't let go right away. His fingers tightened just a little. Our faces were close, breath mingling, eyes locked. Neither of us spoke. Then, softly, his lips brushed mine. Not rushed, not demanding. Just a gentle press. Warm, careful, like a question. I answered without words, kissing back just as softly. Time stopped. The world narrowed to his mouth on mine, his hands holding me steady, my fingers in his hair. It lasted seconds, maybe longer. When we parted, we didn't speak. He looked at me like I was the only thing real. Then he walked away, quietly. After that, silence came back, but heavier, sharper. We avoided each other. He skipped dinners, shut his door. I moved through the house like a ghost, burning toast, forgetting things, staring at walls. David came home. He noticed something off, asked if I was okay. I said tired. Long week. Then one evening he called my name from Eli's room. My stomach twisted. He held the sketchbook, my face on the page. Did Eli draw this? I opened my mouth. The lie came easy. No, it's mine. I used to sketch. Felt like trying again. He nodded slowly. It's good. Didn't know you could do that. He left, still flipping pages. I stood alone, shaking. I'd lied to my husband, clean, calm, without hesitation. That was when I knew I'd changed. The woman who believed in right and wrong, in lines you don't cross. She was gone, or fading fast. Now I lie awake some nights, David asleep beside me, back turned like always. And I think about Eli, about that kiss, about being held like I was precious, about eyes that saw me, really saw me. After so long feeling like air, I miss it. God forgive me, I miss it. The way my skin woke up, the way loneliness lifted, just for a moment, the way I felt wanted, alive. But guilt sits heavy too, like a stone in my chest. I've betrayed my marriage, my values, myself. The woman I thought I was would have stopped it, would have drawn the line, would have walked away. I didn't. I settled for safety with David. Stability, routine, no risk. But no fire either. No real presence. No one who looked at me and stayed looking. Eli made me feel seen, desired. Dangerous, yes. Wrong, yes. But seen. And once you've been seen like that, truly, completely, there's no going back to invisible. The house is quiet again. Too quiet. David travels. Eli keeps his distance. I move through days, wondering what happens next. If anything happens next. Part of me hopes nothing does. Part of me hopes for everything. All I know is this. One rainy afternoon, in a half-open doorway, something cracked open inside me, and no matter how much I try, I can't close it again. The longing is still there. The shame is still there. And between them, the memory of hands on my waist, lips soft against mine, and, for one breathless moment, the world making sense. I don't know how this ends. I only know it started with a touch that wasn't supposed to mean anything, and now it means everything.